Well, g'day gang, welcome back. This is Warren, Pope Kale, this is Garage Alchemy, and we built some sort of basic knowledge engine already. And I thought I'd just sort of do another quick video talking about what we had to do to get it actually to the level that we are now. As I sort of said before, I have really no clue what I'm doing. I've even now got a little Rocky on my screen, sort of telling me what I should be doing, or telling me what my Codex does. I remember the paperclip days, I really do. Anyway, without sort of beating around the bush too much and sort of trying to sort of waste everybody else's time and mine, let's just show you what's going on behind the scenes. So here we go. What we can see here on screen is the actual ingest. So what I've done is I've pulled all the knowledge out of the system. We basically zeroed it out, and we are now running the ingest process again on the thing. I wanted to get this capture first done and run it for a bit of a time lapse. Here's a little bit of music I created a little while ago. We'll actually see this time lapse develop over time. But anyway, I'm sure if I had a DGX Spark or something, the processing would be a lot faster. But my little 7800 XT can actually plod along with the 20 billion model of the GPT OS and sort of work out some sort of intelligence behind the scenes. So we do see the thing actually growing, which I find is absolutely fascinating. I could watch it for hours if it was a bit faster, if you know what I mean. Flicking over to here, look at a little fancy little thing like start time lapse animation. You can also drag these bubbles around to start to see some more of the linkages as they link into different ideas, knowledge management it has, and they do interlink. We've got to probably still look at more at the interlinking process. That's, I think, part of the chunking and embedding. But really, what I want to do is, of course, do this little... Hello, Rocky. I don't know, what does he do? Does he actually interact with you? He tells me what's going on behind the scene when we ask Codex to do things. The actual simulation looks like this. I remember back in the day when you had to write this sort of code yourself, man. Wow. There we go, the start there, that's the ingest, the starting to link everything together, and yeah. Quite a fancy little program when you think about it. Yep, and the more and more stuff we ingest, the bigger and bigger it gets. Yeah, so I think we're definitely on our way for our wiki. I don't know exactly what we've got. We've got concept sources. Okay, it looks like it is starting to build some sort of knowledge graph outside the normal thing. We don't have a concept page, but I don't think that's really what we're looking for right now. We do see the fact that we're building a wiki, so that's good, isn't it? That's what we wanted. What I do want to do is, before we sort of lose track of everything we're doing here, is actually what did we do wrong. So I'm now calling this basically stage 1 point. I'll bring it across to the right screen here. I'm calling this part now 1.7. Yeah, you can stay over here, Rocky. Yeah, so I haven't done the commit yet, but what we have done is we came in today and we did a couple of corrections. I realized the fact that we weren't doing knowledge retrieval, some knowledge massaging. We needed more indicators in the files, like different IDs to carry through with each document. Helps for the cross-matching and things like that. We also had to build a duplicates routine, because a lot of times I'm marking down a page I've been to before and I've already seen the duplicates. So we did duplicate detection and a few other minor changes on the code, and now we're at sort of I would call it 0.70, which is a fairly decent sort of milestone. Once this code finishes running, which is probably going to maybe half an hour to go, I'll be able to look at it a bit closer. But as you can see, the knowledge graph is building out, and it's starting to put some sort of semblance of linked articles together, and then we can move on to the next stage. But at least we've got, I would call it, fairly well verified clean data. We do have this is the next part of the project I want to deal with, which is the review process. Exactly what we are doing in the review, that is is still a bit of a mystery. We're trying to actually maybe sort of reclassify it. I think this is part of what we call the chunking and embedding process. And again, these documents we've vibed, as opposed to vibing a program, we vibed the whole structure together rather than actually vibe code. And we're going from a structured diagram, which makes total sense from a layperson's point of view, and actually implementing that into a code sort of side. This review process, that's part of our next stage, which is our chunking and embedding, where we put internal links in the more technical knowledge behind the scenes, the stuff that's non-human readable, but it actually creates a better linking package, and also starts linking to external references as well, as far as I know. So we get a complete wiki, in an article. When we click on something, we can have sources and so on and so forth, so that we don't have just my knowledge, we'll have cross-reference knowledge. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, I think I'm probably talking too much, but aside from that, as I said, any of these changes, you're quite welcome to jump on the GitHub page. I don't have a banner for the GitHub thing. I'm sure that's just one of the things that people do when they're running code. And aside from that, I wanted to make this one a bit of a short video. So I need more coffee. Maybe I don't need coffee. I've got my AW anyway. We got a Discord community. We do have our tribe in Patreon, and we have a number of other links around the place as well. They're all down below. You're going to check them all out. Anyway, hopefully we'll see you next video, and we should have something else to show you, something new. As I said, I'm not going to actually go and review code. This is just a process I've been doing where I've been going backwards. Before I'll take a quick break there. So I'm no expert at this. What I'm doing is we've got Codex on one side. I'm pretty sure I can split these screens, but I prefer to get bounced between the two of them. And then I have me working with the engine over here. And this is where, okay, Joe's just telling me something in the background. Before he doesn't realize I'm recording. Thankfully, my little avatar is over there. It covers it up. But yeah, so what we do is we bounce ideas through the ChatGPT Go interface. Yes, I also know that can be done within here. Again, I'm used to using the other system. I do have an on-screen reader when I want things to read to me. That's a third-party program, which makes using Codex a lot more comfortable. Ultimately, I don't need to. As I said, I'm quite happy to work between screens. It sort of helps me compartmentalize everything, and of course, I can go down different rabbit holes and know where my projects are. So yeah, I just wanted to just reiterate on that, just so people don't get lost. As I said, I'm no expert. I'm running a ChatGPT, talking to ChatGPT, bouncing ideas in the free, what I would call the freer area. I don't seem to get charged for tokens. Actually, I wanted to bring that, before I sign out, because this is something that is really important. I haven't seen anybody talk about this. And of course, this is only 24 hours old. Getting back to the application. So let's go back to the application. And I will actually just do this, which is go right frame right, and we'll just drop that up the side there, right? This we see the whole screen. I've done this work, and this work on my Go account. I'm watching my usage. And this is confusing because this usage over the last 24 hours has consumed, I need some more instructions on how we look at it, but basically I got my daily and my weekly. These tokens here, what I'm getting to is the fact that it's telling me how much I'm using. So it says resets on the 18th of July, right? It's the 11th of July now. It'll reset. That's my plan, the Go plan. This is now the third time it's reset in 24 hours. I run it down to about 20% every time, and it's reset back to 99%. That seems to be something's broken with the usage limits. I'd have to again throw that out there. I don't like to do things out of order. You know how OCD I am. Anyway, that's another thing I don't know about. As I said, it keeps on resetting my account, so I'll keep on using it. I must admit, I am using when I'm doing the interaction with the plan, I am using it on the thinking level, which is basically the Terra Lite as opposed to the next levels up. I haven't found anything wrong with the Terra Lite thinking writing code, so why would I pay more? So it's a bit of a mystery, but I'm going to throw it out there and again sign off again. So thank you for my Patreon membership there. They're the probably guys that really sort of keep me honest and sort of say if I'm going to build a YouTube channel or channels, and people start giving you little tokens of appreciation to the fact that they're entertained enough that, you know, they can replace part of their Netflix subscription with a $2, you know, coffee subscription. Coffee's even more than the $2 subscription on Patreon. It's ridiculous. But yeah, if you think I'm worth a coffee a week or a coffee a month, then just hit the Patreon and follow along. All this stuff gets published there as long as the main channel as well. That's enough of my speaking now, so I'm out of here. Peace out, have fun, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is Sunday night for you guys. Yeah, wow.